There is a kind of discipline that does not bend, not under pain, not under chaos, not under the weight of your own weakness. A discipline so ruthless, so relentless, that once it takes hold of you, it reshapes your entire identity into something sharper, harder, more dangerous. And today, you will learn how to build that discipline in 100 days using the Ninpo system, the ancient path of the invisible warrior. Before we begin, answer one question honestly. Have you ever felt like there's a stronger version of you living somewhere inside, but you only see him in flashes? A moment of courage here, a burst of clarity there, then he disappears the moment life gets hard. Most men spend their entire lives chasing that version of themselves, never realizing that the problem isn't motivation. The problem is that you never rebuilt yourself from the ground up. Ninpo solves that, not by making you tougher, not by inspiring you, but by crushing the weak version of you, burning him down, and forcing a new identity to rise in his place. And once you start this path, there is no turning back. This is not a morning routine. This is not a productivity hack. This is a psychological war against the self. The first time I heard about Ninpo was from a man named Rio, a retired martial arts instructor who trained soldiers in the Japanese mountains. He once told me, real discipline is not about forcing yourself to act. It is about becoming someone who no longer negotiates with weakness. The moment you negotiate, you lose. Those words stuck with me for years until I met a young man who proved them true. His name was Reiko. 20 years old, skinny, timid, and addicted to shortcuts. The type of guy who watched motivational videos every night but never acted on anything. I met him during a volunteer workshop, and he admitted something that most men hide. He said, "I'm terrified that I'll waste my entire life watching everyone else become who I want to be." His honesty cut deep, because I knew millions of men feel that same fear, but bury it under distractions. So I gave him the one thing no one had given him before, a system, a path. Ninpo in 100 days. He didn't believe he could do it, but he started anyway. This story matters because the next 100 days of your life will be exactly like the ones Reiko faced. Brutal, clarifying, transformative. Ninpo begins with the first law: kill the option to quit. Not reduce it, not avoid it, kill it. In Ninpo training, the moment you declare your intention aloud, it becomes your identity. Once spoken, your brain registers it as a survival-level social contract. Warriors of old did not say, "I'll try." They said, "I am." And once you say, "I am," your primitive mind treats betrayal of that identity as death. Try this right now. Say, "I am a practitioner of the Ninpo path. I train every day." Not "I'll try," not "I hope." You declare it. Once Reiko declared this, everything shifted. The first week nearly broke him. Waking before dawn, cold showers, breath training, shadow drills, journaling every night. His body resisted, his mind screamed, but he had killed the option to quit. And that leads to the second law, unchanging rhythm. Modern men fail because they live in constant negotiation. Should I train now or later? Should I sleep an extra hour? Should I push today or rest? Every question drains strength. Every hesitation cracks discipline. Shinobi avoided this by removing the need to decide. They woke at the same time, trained in the same order, followed the same rhythm every day. Time stopped being a choice. It became fate. By day 20, Reiko told me something shocking. He said, "I don't wake up because I want to. I wake up because my body gets pulled out of bed like something is dragging me." That is the power of rhythm. Identity locks in, willpower becomes irrelevant. The third law is the one almost no one understands. Shape the form before the spirit wakes. In martial arts, form, kata, is everything. Repetition sculpts the nervous system. Ninpo requires 100 days of the same sequence. No variation, no creativity. The modern ego hates this. It wants spontaneity. It wants excitement. But excitement is the enemy of mastery. Reiko's training sequence was simple but ruthless. 50 push-ups, 100 squats, 3-minute horse stance, 20 minutes shadow drills, 15 minutes breathwork, journal reflections, same order, same place, every day. By day 30, he told me his body moved through the routine with zero mental resistance. He said it felt like being on rails. When the form becomes automatic, the mind finally becomes free. This is where most men fail in life. They try to think their way to discipline, but you cannot think your way into becoming a warrior. You carve your way into it. And once form becomes automatic, something else awakens: stillness. The fourth law of Ninpo is the heart of the path. Practice without gaps. Everyone believes missing one day is harmless, but to the primitive brain, a gap signals collapse. The moment Reiko felt sick around day 42, he panicked. He messaged me saying he might skip the training to recover. I told him the same words Rio told me years ago. A warrior adapts. He does not stop. If you can't do 50 push-ups, do 10. If you can't train intensely, train lightly. If you can't go hard, go slow. But never skip, never break, never create a gap. Do it badly if you must, but do it. Reiko trained sick, weak, dizzy, but he kept the rhythm alive. When the fever faded, he returned stronger than before. His confidence doubled because he had broken the illusion that discipline only works when life is perfect. That illusion destroys men. Ninpo removes it. Then comes the fifth law, the most brutal, the one that decides everything. Zeni, predeciding your battles. Every obstacle that breaks you has already broken thousands of men before you. Travel, injury, family issues, stress, exhaustion, bad weather, emotional collapse. Ninpo prepares for all of them. Before training begins, you write down your automatic response to each obstacle. When traveling, morning training routine. When sick, half-intensity routine. When depressed, walk while breathing. When injured, train the uninjured limbs. No thinking, no deciding, only execution. On day 78, Reiko's job forced him into a 3-day trip. He was terrified this would destroy his streak, but he had written his Zeni plan. Wake at 5, mobility routine, body weight kata, journal, cold towel instead of cold shower, stick to the rhythm. He executed flawlessly. That was when he realized something critical. Discipline is not power. Discipline is pattern. By day 90, he was unrecognizable. Shoulders broadened, eyes sharpened, voice lower. He carried himself differently. He walked like a man who trusted himself completely, a man who didn't negotiate with weakness, a man with a quiet danger to him. And on day 100, he said something I'll never forget. I didn't just build discipline, I buried the version of me that failed. This is the purpose of Ninpo. Not to make you strong, to eliminate the version of you that keeps losing the war. And now it's your turn. Here is the 100-day Ninpo system distilled for you. Declare your identity as a practitioner. Follow a fixed wake-up time. Repeat the same training sequence daily. Never create gaps. Pre-plan your response to every obstacle. If you follow this, your life will change in ways your current self cannot imagine. Your posture will change. Your voice will change. Your habits will change. Your sense of self will transform. People will look at you differently without understanding why, but you will know why, because you will have walked the path of the invisible warrior, and in 100 days, you will rise as someone unrecognizable, someone unstoppable, someone dangerous. Begin. Thank you for watching. If you want more raw, uncut wisdom, join my free newsletter. The link is in the description. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.